Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. This second video lecture of week 13 for the course Numerical Analysis is the continuation of my previous video lecture. In the first video lecture of week 13, I have already told you about the procedure of Gauss-Seidel iteratio method. And now we are going to discuss some problems for practice by using Gauss-Seidel iteratio method. To explain the Gauss-Seidel iteratio methods by using some numerical problems, like suppose you see over here, suppose this is the general form for 3 by 3 equations. We have 3 equations and 3 unknown. So first of all, write the system in matrix form Ax is equal to B and check the diagonal dominant. If the diagonal dominant is obtained, then make the formula for the Gauss-Seidel iteratio method. Solve the first equation for x1, and the iterative formula for the first equation will be same as like Jacobi iteratio method. And then solve the second equation for x2, k plus 1 iterations, and shift the remaining all terms of the second equation to the right hand side and divide these terms by the coefficients of x2 like a22, and solve the third equations for x3 and shift all the remaining terms to the right hand side and divide these terms by the coefficients of x3 like a33. But dear students, note that the iteratio formula for the first equation is same as Jacobi, and the second equation iterative formula, in the second equation the iterative formula is same, but the iteration for x3 is k plus 1. So the iteration for x3 is different from the Jacobi method. And similarly, the iteratio formula for the third equation is different. The iteration of x1 is k plus 1 and the iteration of x2 is also k plus 1. So this is the formula for the Gauss-Seidel iteratio method. And then use the initial approximation, take an initial approximation and then start the iteratio procedures and continue the procedure until you get the required accuracy for the system of linear equation. Now suppose we have a numerical example 4x1 minus x2 plus x3 is equal to 7, and 4x1 minus 8x2 plus x3 is equal to minus 21, and minus 2x1 plus x2 plus 5x3 is equal to 15. So to solve this system by Gauss-Seidel iteration, suppose first of all write this system in matrix form. This is matrix A, this is the unknown matrix which contain the unknown elements x1, x2 and x3, and this is the matrix B which contain the constant lies in the right hand side of the system 7, minus 21 and 15. So first of all take initial approximation x1 naught, x2 naught and x3 naught, suppose 0, 0 and 0. Now dear student, in this example we have exact solution. X1 value is 2, x2 value is 4 and x3 value is 3. So we can compare our approximate results to this exact solutions. Now by the Jacobi iterative formula you see over here in the previous slides, solve the first equation for x1, solve the second equation for x2 and solve the third equation for x3. You see over here we solve the first equation for x1 k plus 1 iteration, but for k is equal to 0 x1 iteration will be x1 1 iteration is equal to shift the remaining terms to the right hand side 7 plus x2 minus x3 divided by the coefficient of x1 which is 4, and the iteration for x2 and x3 is same as like in Jacobi method. So x2 naught and x3 naught, the x2 naught value is 0 and the x3 naught value is also 0, so 7 by 4 mean 1.75. Now solve the second equation for x2 iteration k plus 1, but the value of k is 0, so x2 iteration 1, and the third iteration for x3 will be same, and the iteration for x1 will be different from the Jacobi method. So the iteration for x1 will be 1, and the iteration for x3 will be naught, will be 0, suppose. So this is x3 naught, and divide by the coefficients by -8. So you see over here, this is a -21, and shape the second term plus minus 4x1. You see over here minus 4x1 and minus x3 divided by -8. But divide by -8 mean this term will be positive, this term will be positive, and this term will be positive, and this term will be also positive. So putting the value of x3 naught value is 0, and the x1 first iteration value is 1.75. So 4 multiplied 1.75 and plus 21 divided by 8, we obtain 3.5. And now the iteration for x3, solve the third equation for x3, and you see over here the iteration in the right hand side for x1 will be 1, and for x2 also will be 1. And now putting x1 iteration, first iteration value is 1.75, and first iteration for x2 is 3.5. Now calculate all these values, we obtain the first iteration of x3 is 3.0. So dear student, you see over here these values is fast convergent to the exact solution. x1 exact value is 2, and the approximate value, and here you see over here 1.75. Similarly, the exact value of x2 is 4, and the approximate value is 3.5, and the exact value of x3 is 3, and you see over here the approximate value also is 3. So there is no error. So it's mean that the Gauss-Seidel method is fast convergent, but if the matrix is diagonal dominant. Now the second iteration formula, x1 second iteration, 7 plus x2 first iteration minus x3 first iteration. Suppose putting k is equal to 1 in this general formula, you see over here k, first of all put k is equal to 0, we obtain first iterations, and now putting k is equal to 1, we obtain the second iteration. You see over here putting k is equal to 1, second iteration for x1, 7 plus x2 iteration 1 minus x3 iteration 1 divided by 4. And now putting the value of x2 first iteration and x3 first iteration, you see over here 3.5 minus 3 divided by 4. Now after simplifications, we obtain the second iteration for x1 is 1.8, which is close to the exact solution 2. The exact value for x1 is 2. So you see over here the exact solution value is in the previous slide. You see over here the exact solution for this system. The exact solution for this system is you see over here the exact solution for x1 is 2, for x2 is 4, and for x3 is 3. So in the second iteration, you see over here in the second iteration the value of x1 is 1.8, which is close to the exact solution. The exact solution for x1 is 2, and 1.875 is close to the exact solution. So the second iteration for x2, 21 plus 4 x1 second iteration plus x3 first iteration divided by 8. Now putting the value of x1 second iteration, which is 1.875, you see over here, and the first iteration for x3 is 3 divided by 8. After simplifications, we obtain x2 second iteration 3.9375, which is most close to the exact solution. The exact solution for x2 is 4. Now the second iteration for x3 is equal to 15 plus second iteration x1 minus second iteration x2 divided by 5. Suppose putting k is equal to 1 in the iteration formula, we obtain the iteration formula for x3. x3 second iteration is equal to 15 plus 2x1 second iteration minus x2 second iteration divided by 5. Now putting the value of the second iteration x1 and second iteration x2, 1.875 is the second iteration value of x1, and 3.9375 the second iteration value of x2. Now after simplifications, we obtain the second iteration for x3 is 2.9. The exact solution is 2, 4, 3, 1.8, 3.9, and 2.9625 is close to the exact solution 2, 4, and 3. So dear students, when both Jacobi and Gauss-Seidel iterations converge, Gauss-Seidel method is so fast than Jacobi method. Now the second example, to find the solution of the system of linear equation by using the Gauss-Seidel method, 12x1 plus 3x2 minus 5x3 is equal to 1, and x1 plus 5x2 plus 3x3 is equal to 28, 3x1 plus 7x2 plus 13x3 is equal to 76. First of all, check diagonal dominant. You see over here, the sum of these two coefficients absolutely is less than 12. Similarly, the sum of these two coefficients is absolutely is less than 5, and the sum of 3 and 7 absolutely is also less than 13 absolutely. So this system is diagonal dominant. Now use the initial approximations, x1 naught, x2 naught, x3 naught, suppose 1, 0 and 1. So you see over here, I would like to tell you again the diagonal dominant. The sum of the first coefficients, the diagonal coefficient is 12, and 12 is greater than the sum of absolutely other coefficients like 3 and 5 minus 5 absolutely 8. Similarly, 5 is the diagonal elements, second diagonal elements, and 5 is greater than absolutely from the absolutely sum of the other coefficients, a2 1 and a2 3. You see over here 1 plus 3 is equal to 4. Similarly, the third diagonal elements is 13. Is 13 is absolutely greater than absolutely the sum of the other coefficients, a3 1 and a3 2. So 3 plus 7 is equal to 10. So this system is diagonal dominant. Now now the equality is strictly greater than for at least one row, hence the solution should be convergent using the Gauss-Seidel method because the system is diagonal dominant. Now rewrite the equations. Solve the first equation for x1, solve the second equation for x2, and solve the third equation for x3, and the iterations in the first equation will be same as like Jacobi, and the iteration formula for the second equation. First x1 iteration will be 1 and x3 iteration will be not. Similarly, in the third iterative formula, the third equations, the iterative formula will be different from Jacobi. x1 iteration will be 1 and x2 iteration also will be 1. Now assuming this is the initial case, x1 not 1, x2 not 0 and x3 not also 1. Now putting these values you see over here in the right hand side, we obtain x1 first iteration is equal to 1 minus 3 into 0 plus 1 into 1 divided by 12, and now 1 plus 5 6 divided by 12 we obtain 0.5. and now the first iteration for x2 28 minus 0.5 minus 3 into 1 divided by 5, and now after simplifications the second iteration x2 value for the first iteration, this x2 value in the first iteration is 4.9, and now the first iteration for x3 76 minus 3 into 0.5 minus 7 into 4.9000 divided by 13. So the first iteration x3 first iteration value is 3.0923. Now the second iteration, suppose you see over here we put k is equal to 0, we obtain the first iteration for x1, x2 and for x3, and now putting k is equal to 1 we obtain the second iteration for x1, 1 minus 3 into 4.9000 plus 5 into 3.0923 divided by 12. So this is equal to 0.14679. Now second iteration for x2, 28 minus 0.14679 minus 3 into 3.90923 divided by 5, we obtain 3.7153. Now second iteration for x3, 76 minus 3 into 0.14679 minus 7 into 3.7153 divided by 13, which is equal to 3.8118. Now dear students, you see over here in this example we required two approximations. Using the Gauss-Seidel method, find this system by using two iterations. So we use two iterations. So now we stop the procedures of iterations. Now example number 3, carry out the first three iterations of Gauss-Seidel iterative methods to solve this system of equation. 10x1 plus x2 plus 2x3 is equal to 44, and x1 plus x2 plus 10x3 is equal to 61, and 2x1 plus 10x2 plus x3 is equal to 51. So dear students, you see over here in this example that initial case is given x1 naught, x2 naught, and x3 naught is 0. Now first of all, check the diagonal dominant. In this example, you see over here the coefficient in the first row, the diagonal coefficient is 10, and 10 is greater than the sum of 1 plus 2. Similarly, in the second equation, the diagonal element is 1, and 1 is less than the sum of other two entries, like 1 plus 10, 11. So 1 is absolutely less than from the sum of other coefficients 1 and 10. So second equation, x2 is not dominant. Now interchanging second row and third row, you see over here 10x1 plus x2 plus 2x3 is equal to 44. This is the first equation, and now second equation is 2x1 plus 10x2 plus x3 is equal to 51, and the third equation is x1 plus x2 plus 10x3 is equal to 61 after interchanging the second and third equation. So this point is very, very important. When the diagonal dominant is not obtained, then try that diagonal dominant is obtained. For this purpose, you can interchange the equations, you can interchange the rows in the matrix A. So you see over here, I interchange the second and third equations for the diagonal dominant. Now the coefficients in the first diagonal is 10, which is greater than the sum of other entries 1 plus 2, and the coefficients, the diagonal elements in the second equation is also 10. You see over here, I want to highlight the diagonal entries. You see over here, these are the diagonal entries. You see over here, these are the diagonal entries. 10, the first coefficient is 10, and the diagonal 10 is greater than the sum of 1 plus 2. Similarly, 10 is greater than the sum of 2 plus 1, and similarly this diagonal entries 10 is also greater than the sum of these two coefficients 1 plus 1, absolutely. So this system is now diagonal dominant. Now using the Gauss-Seidel iterative formula, x1 k plus 1 iteration is equal to shift all the remaining terms in the first equations to the right hand side and divide by 10. Solve the first equation for x1. You see over here, this is the iterative formula. X1 k plus 1 iteration 1 over 10 into 44 minus x2 k iteration minus 2 x3 k iteration. The first equation is same is like Jacobi iterative formula. Now solve the second equation for x2 and make the iterative formula. X2 iteration k plus 1 is equal to 1 over 10 into 51 minus 2x1 iteration k plus 1 minus x3 iteration k. Now solve the third equation for x3. You see over here, x1 iteration k plus 1 is equal to 1 over 10 into 61 minus 1 iteration k plus 1 minus 2x2 iteration k plus 2. So dear students, you see over here in this problem, initial approximation is given, x1 naught, x2 naught, and x3 naught is 0, and the exact solution for this system, you see over here, x1 3, x2 4, and x3 5. So we can compare our approximate solution to this exact solution. Now putting k is equal to 0, you see over here in the first equation, x1 iteration 1 is equal to 1 over 10 into 44, which is 4.4, and the first iteration for x2 is equal to 1 over 10 into 51 minus 2 x1 iteration 1. The x1 first iteration is 44, so 2 into 44, 51 minus 2 into 54 divided by 10, we obtain the first iteration for x2 is 4.22. Similarly, the first iteration for x3, putting k is equal to 0 in the general formula you see over here in the previous slide. 1 over 10 into 61 minus x1 first iteration minus 2 x2 first iteration. Now putting the value of x1 first iteration and first iteration for x2, 4.4 and 4.22. Now after simplifications, we obtain the first iteration for x3 is 4.816. So you see over here the first iteration for x1 4.4, which is approximately close to 3, and the first iteration for x2 is 4.2 and close to the exact solution 4, and the first iteration formula for x3 is 4.8, which is close to the exact solution 5. Now we obtain best accuracy if we construct the second iteration and the third iteration, and we will proceed the iteration until we require the accuracy. We get the required accuracy. So for k is equal to 1. Now the second iteration for x1 is 1 over 10 into 44 minus x2 first iteration minus 2x3 first iteration, putting the value of x2 first iteration 4.22 and the first iteration for x3 is 4.816. Now simplify these equations. We obtain the second iteration for x1 is 3.014. Similarly, the second iteration for x2 is equal to 1 over 10 into 51 minus 2x1 second iteration minus x3 second first iteration. Now putting the value of x1 second iteration and x3 first iterations, you see over here x2 second iteration is equal to 1 over 10 into 51 minus 2 into 3.041 minus 4.816. After simplifications, we obtain the second iteration for x2 is 4.01544. Similarly, the second iteration for x3 is equal to 1 over 10 into 61 minus 3.0148. This is the second iteration for x1 value, and this is the second iteration for x2. Now after simplification, we obtain the second iteration for x3 is 4.9954. So dear student, you see over here second iteration for x1 is 3. The exact solution is 3. So now we are going to get the best accuracy in this second iteration. Now the second iteration for x2 is 4, which is close to 4.01544, and the exact value of x3 is 5, and the approximate solution for x3 in this second iteration is 4.9954, which is most close to the exact solution. So now we are going to get the best accuracy. For this purpose, now we are going to construct the third iterations. K is equal to 2 mean third iteration. We obtain third iteration x1, third iteration for x2, and third iteration for x3. So the third iteration for x1 is equal to 1 over 10 into 44 minus x2 second iteration minus 2x3 second iteration. Putting the values of these two from the previous iterations, we obtain the third iteration for x1 is 2.9993. Now third iteration value for x2 is equal to 1 over 10 into 51 minus 2 into x1 third iteration minus x3 second iteration. Putting the values of these two unknown, x1 third iteration value is 2.9993 and second iteration x3. So we obtain the third iteration for x2 is equal to 4.0005, which is most close to the exact solution. The exact solution for x2 is 4. Now the third iteration for x3, you see over here 1 over 10 into 61 minus x1 third iteration minus 2 x2 third iteration. Putting third iteration x1 value 2.9993 and third iteration for x2 is 4.0005, and now the third iteration for x3 is 4.9999. So dear students, you see over here the third iterative result for x1 is 2.993, which is close to 3, and similarly the third iterative results for x2 is 4.005, which is close to the exact solution 4. The exact solution for x2 is 4, and 4.005 is most close to the exact solution. Similarly, the third iteration for x3 is 4.999, and the exact solution of x3 is 5, and this approximate result is most close to the exact solution. Now dear students, you see over here we discuss 3 problems for the characteristics of Gauss-Seidel iterative formula. Now this is the end of this segment. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.